Hello everyone and welcome back to Sorcery. Time to try to find the other part of the spell. Still no gold and no rations. You return to the docks. You still need to find somewhere to stay the night. I can't afford any of the inns, so I can sleep in the alley or sleep in the market. I'll sit by the river, I guess, but I think I'm gonna sleep in the alley because maybe I'd be easy to hide that way from some bad situations. The inns are cheerful places, however, with the roaring fires. Finding an alley around the back of the one, you are close enough to enjoy a little heat and the sound of human company. Yeah. You curl up in the corner with your pack beneath your head and close your eyes. Today has been a successful day, and you have made progress toward learning the lines of the North Gate spell. Yes! In the middle of the night you wake suddenly. There are footsteps nearby. Leap up. You spring to your feet, shaking the last drops of sleep from your brain as you move. The reaction from the figure in the alley is just as quick. He breaks an order and something made of pure shadow barrels towards you. What? What is going on? You dodge sideways, but the thing, whatever it is, whirs without losing peace. When it strikes the blow, it's like being struck by a giant hammer full in the chest, as true the creature was made of the solid iron. You are thrown backwards, your head strikes the wall, everything goes black. Oh! I'm on the ship, I guess. Your eyes open, captured again. Last time it was Elvin's, and this time? Well, where are you? You sit up and lift your head to rub the back of your head. There is a lamp that is the size of an egg. You are hit by something. The ground below you is rocking softly. Perhaps you feel nauseous and sick. You hear a loud grumbling which doesn't appear to be coming from your own mouth. You look around. You are at the bottom of the wooden pit, with a hatch far up in the ceiling. Other bodies are sprawled around on the floor. You are a prisoner. The wooden well-seated side crack and groan. You are definitely in the hull of a boat. Someone taps you on the shoulder and you look round to see an old man. It takes a moment to place him. It is Thomas! The old soldier you met outside the city walls. Thomas! Thomas, my brother! From Pt.2, eh? He remarks. I think being trapped outside the city was worse than being trapped in here. We will escape. He laughs. I don't see how. His face turns serious. But we have to get out somehow. If we stay down here, something terrible will happen. I'll get us out. You reply, looking around for an idea. Thomas looking desperate. I heard the slavers say something about the cage. He murmurs under his breath. Maybe when they lower it down, we can climb back up. The other prisoners around you groan inside. You cannot understand what they say, however. They all seem to speak in different tongues. Okay. Let's see. Can we do something here? Find safe passage. Well, it could help me, but it could also just tell me there is this hatch, which I can't reach. Hover in air. We don't have jewel of sudden medallion. Kit. Create illusions. Requires a bracelet of bone. That could do something useful, I think, somehow. You know what? I kind of want to try to do this illusion thing. Let's try that. You sleep on the bracelet and cast the spell over the mind of the guard above. Create the... Oh, this is great. Create the illusion of fire or create the illusion of flute. I think the flute might be better. Let's try flute. You fill his mind with the image of flooding water as though the ship had been hauled and was sinking down. The prisoners around are screaming, pleading to be saved. The cowardly guard takes one look, then rushes away. You hear a loud splash. He has tossed himself overboard. Okay, so we got guard out of the way. Is there anything else I can do at this point? Maybe big. That could help. But I don't see big here. That, illusion of treasure. Dope open locks and doors. This is something. It can open the lock on the hatch on the ceiling. You cast the spell and the hatch in the ceiling opens. Sweet fresh air pours, but the hatch is still too far away to reach, and before you can begin to climb your way out. One of the men up top comes past and pulls it shut once more. Oh crap, that was waste. There must be a way of getting out of here somehow. I mean, I could try this illusion thing again, because this doesn't take me stamina. And we can try do a fire one. If you fill his mind with the image of raging fire, the prisoners around are screaming, pleading to be saved. The cowardly guard takes one look, then rushes away. You hear a loud splash. He has tossed himself overboard. Suddenly the hatch is opened. Something blocks the light for a few moments, and then the light returns. Buffing the edges of a wicker cage, the crew are lowering down the rope. Ooh. The other prisoners react immediately, but in different ways. Some begin to scramble away, trying to get as far from the cage as possible, while others wait underneath impatiently and begin jumping to try and climb their way out. A little present from Wick, calls one of the guards with a laugh. It will be werewolf, isn't it? You begin trying to organize the prisoner to form a pyramid, so you can all climb up and then pull each other higher up, but as soon as you manage to grip the wicket of the cage, you realize you have made a terrible mistake. A cloth pad scrappers over your knuckles, and then a fanged jaw snaps between the bars. You fall to the deck and scramble back. There's a wolf in the cage. The rope goes slack as the cage hits the decks, and as it does so, the cage falls open. Slang, can you help me? You raise a prayer to Slang, but nothing seems to change. The creature inside the cage prowls forward. This is not an ordinary wolf at all. This is a werewolf. I knew it. Wearing a heavy, tight-fitting armor, it is just like the wolf that attacked you on the first night in the city. You stand near the back of the crowd, as far from the monster as you can be, and as far from the rope of its cage which leads up through the hatch and offers the only escape from this pit. Oh man, I never used so many spells in this game in one episode. Hot. Create a fireball. Requires 3 stamina. I mean, werewolves is made of food, right? So I guess it's probably relatively easily. I need my stamina though. But in this situation, you cast the spell, building a fireball in your hands. The other prisoners begin to weep and crawl away to safety, shielding themselves from the heat of the flame. The werewolf turns towards you, red eyes glittering in the sudden light. Oh, we can throw the fireball at the hull. The ship is wooden, we might escape this way. Let's try this, I guess. Then you toss the fireball at the hull behind the werewolf. The tethered wood explodes, igniting immediately. But then the fire is quickly stiffed as river water rushes in. The werewolf, kicking its legs desperation, cannot prevent the weight of its armor from sucking it away into the river. But the rest of you will soon follow. The other prisoners are panicking. We're gonna get out of here, and we're gonna get out with Thomas somehow. We have to. Float in air. That sounds legit. You cast the spell and begin to float about an inch above the surface of the hull, with the water already covering your feet. However, you barely notice the water in the hull is now up to your knees. This is not good. You and several other prisoners head for the rope attached to the wolf cage, intending to climb your way out, but with every pinch and roll of the boat, the rope swings violently about hull, and you cannot get hold of it, and the one prisoner manages quickly dashed against the side of the hull. The ship suddenly tilts the nose downwards. You are thrown forward in the pile with everyone else. Ah, what else I can do here? Zap? Lightning in the water? That sounds like horrible idea. Do force fields held water? This is a question I want to know. I feel like I'm wasting my stamina here. Let me try swim for it. There is nothing else for it. You take a deep breath and jump out of the hole in the side of the boat. For a moment all is confusion, rising air and thrusting gleams, then the current is tearing you away downstream and you are fighting for the surface. I could swim for it right away, but no, the Thomas! You are in the thick sludge of the Jabaji River. You gasp for breath, almost retching from the terrible smell of sewage, the rotting fish and slime, but you quell your nausea. You cannot afford it until you are safety and re-land. You must swim. You fly and trash through the thick gloopy water. You make for the near bank and reach it quickly, hauling yourself out onto the dock. You get a few funny looks from passing creatures, but not as many as you might have expected. The market traders begin to set up their stalls, fighting and treating each other to get the spots closer to the ship. A few slight types, probably pickpockets, begin to prowl the shadows between the stands. You don't have enough money to buy anything yourself. You ignore the various food stalls and watching the river as you wait. After a while, a grizzled old man arrives and unlocks a small booth by the harbor bridge. He goes inside and closes the door behind him. Yeah, I remember this. We're making a loop slowly. You sit down outside the booth to wait for the man to lower the harbor bridge. After a while something happens. The old man leaves his booth and goes over a contraption on the waterfront. He begins to have a own wind and ancient winch. It seems to be quite hard work. He's trying to move the whole weight of the bridge single-handedly. Nope, you're gonna do it yourself. I had enough adventures for today. You let the man struggle and sit back in the sunshine and wait. Sweat heads on his forehead and he behaves a poofs as he works, but eventually the bridge clanks down into place. You salute the man cheerfully and get to your feet. Okay, well I guess that would be enough for this episode. I hope we're gonna find the rest of the spells in the next one. Probably not in just one, but there will be more. Well, that was kind of eventful. We get out of the ship, I think this one. We have 9 stamina, no gold and no rations. Perfect. Okay, thanks for watching, I hope you enjoyed. And I'm gonna see you in the next episode. See ya!